fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitching and crying. And I'm saying, fuck that fucking job, nigga. Hey, fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, bitch, I done had enough. Fuck that fucking job, I'm watching everybody work. Fuck that fucking job, that little pay by the hour. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, my back hurting and I'm hungry. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, nigga, on soul. Yeah, caught between the two, get this money, go home. Yeah, all these people so, all these bitches, they messy. First day I came in, I bossed up on the bosses. And they promised nigga this, promised nigga that. Want my ass to work, then bring that paper back. Sean, where you been? I been taking the shit. Knowing damn well that I don't fucking sleep. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitching and crying. And I'm saying, fuck that fucking job, nigga. Fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, me and bro, we just posted. Look him in the eye, shake my head disappointed. We gotta visualize, summarize, execute. All these people drop like fly, why the fuck we still here? Man, fuck that fucking job, when I pull up I hate it. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, that's on all of their faces. Fuck that fucking job, man, I'm already lit. Man, I hear one thing, boy, you bound to get hit. Man, the bills cross a nigga's brain. Damn, that's how you keep a nigga damn a slave. Damn, money supposed to be a tool. Damn, for a purpose, what's your purpose for? Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitching and crying. And I'm saying, fuck that fucking job, nigga. Fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying.
You know what I'm talking about? I'm sick of that shit, I know you sick of it too, man. Money supposed to be a tool, man. What's your purpose though? It's supposed to benefit a purpose. Shout out, boom, man.
What it do? What it do? You know. Cult leader. Yeah. We speak the truth, but we a cult leader. Yeah. Well, bitch, and I'm a cult leader. Yeah. Well, bitch, and I'm a cult leader.
It's Kool-Aid, a nigga that sip the Kool-Aid. That LaFrog, single barrel and goose. Got the coke going up on a Tuesday. Roast the false prophet like a gourmet souffle. Cause me no say spirit gun like Yusuke. Nigga might run up in that black face like Gucci. Boycott a cracker, kill your favorite rapper. Cause I run with G's like a Green Bay Packer. I chop a Christian like a new machete. When you polygynist, they look at you like R. Kelly. Still these women wanna do me like I'm Akinelli. West Coast sisters love me like a Machiavelli. Make these crackers lick the dust off my boots. We want no cowards in our camp and we ain't taking recruits. My crew the livest, y'all suckers is the jobbers. Niggas run their lips but they damn sure wouldn't try us. Nah, I ain't the same cat who used to break laws. They just rather see me as the same corpse. Some rather remain lost. My brain washed with these stained thoughts. I be reppin' for my niggas riding for the same cause. Cult leader. Yeah. Well, bitch, then I'm a cult leader. Yeah. Better ask somebody, bitch.
Cult leader. Yeah. We speak the truth, but we a cult leader. Yeah. Well, bitch, and I'm a cult leader. Yeah. Well, bitch, and I'm a cult leader.
According to God, the white man is the devil.
You see, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot, they like to claim leadership, they like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority, they don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that. Let bygone be. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to profit. It's about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, what the fuck?
Get ready for an unforgettable experience at the Midwest Fire Weekend from August the 1st to the 4th. Join us as we bring together all Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians under one banner for 4 days of powerful brotherhood and sisterhood.
I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived, they don't know how I did it. Got it
Day 1 kicks off with the Roundtable of Truth podcast featuring Captain of 13,000 Mauaquai. Also, we will be having a breakfast and sip event at 12355 Gratiot Avenue, Detroit, Michigan. Then, we will be having scripture breakdown with none other than 12 Shield General Muhammad from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Then later, we will be having game night. On August the 2nd, we will be having a street teaching and a food and clothing giveaway at the Detroit Transit Center from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Then you can join 13 Shield Commanding General Yohana for a powerful discussion. Our theme is real and are they among us? From 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. After that, we will be having late night activities at our bar on 21530 Gratiot Avenue. On August the 3rd, we will be visiting the Charles H. Wright Museum from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. And join us at the Action Impact Gun Range from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. We having an album release party at Flood Bar and Grill for none other than Captain of 13,000 of Clyde Albright. Then, last but not least, we will be having the 7th annual Midwest Barbecue at Chandler Park from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. This is not like any other barbecue you ever been to. Bring your children, bring your family and friends. It's free food and it's a safe environment.
If only know that what is it?
Also, get you a room. Visit the Go Shalom, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah Barakatham, Yahweh Shema Al-Than Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah. Salakia. Y'all not gonna believe this. We at the school, the whole internet for some reason just cut out, just as we was coming up. But we're not gonna let that hold up anything. You know that? We are not gonna let that hold up anything. If you can hear me okay, what I need everybody to do to put a 1 in the comment section. If you can hear me okay, I need everybody to put a 1 in the comment section, because we're going to push through with letter Hebrew speak anyway. If you can't hear me, okay, I see your Shemayim so she can hear me okay. Let me try to change this phone a little bit. There we go. There we go. We had another brother that was coming in that was going to read for the brother. Look like, let's see how many guests we got here. All right. Let me see if I can get this brother on the stage. All right, can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, come on, sir. Shalom, Yahweh Shah Barakatah.
Salam, Yahweh Shah Barakatah. What's your name?
Mataya.
Mataya. All right, let's get started. We are the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Yohana. And today we go throughout the whole entire earth teaching the truth of the Bible. And one of the main truths is that the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
My name is Officer, Priest and Officer 1000 Mashah out of Detroit, and we're sitting in for General Haas, the great General Haas, and for Officer 5000 Kazak Ahmad. We sitting in for them this morning on this class. This is Let a Hebrew Speak. We're a little bit different. While you waiting on me, what I need you to do is go ahead and get me Deuteronomy 4 and verse 6.
Come.
Verse 5. The title today is Blacks Were Not Free. And I'm not gonna be able to show you a lot of the things because I'm coming off my phone until I find out what's going on with the line here at the school. Blacks were not free on the 4th of July. Blacks were not free on the 4th of July. Let me see if I can get this up, if I can. Yeah, I'm going to read something to y'all. We're going to start with that. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. We weren't free in July 4th, 1776. You can pretty much forget that. This has nothing, the 4th of July has nothing to do with you being free. Now, there was a so-called great African American by the name of Frederick Douglass. Now, he got to play around with Congress around in the 1850s. This is in the 1850s. In 1863, the Emancipation Proclamation was issued, and people began to, black people that is, we began to think we were free around about that time. Well, in 1852, in fact, on July 5th, in 1852, this fellow who I'm sure everybody heard of, he's a favorite. He's a favorite in so-called American history, Frederick Douglass. You know, he got schools and everything named after this brother here. No, I can't call him a brother. I can't call him that. But his name was Frederick Douglass. You see, make sure, okay, I'm blocking the camera a little bit. Sorry about that. But Frederick Douglass. And He wrote a speech and gave a speech July 5th, 1852. July 5th, 1852, and Frederick Douglass was invited to address, watch this, the citizens of his hometown, Rochester, New York. And this was his hometown at the time. Whatever the expectations of his audience on that 76th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. You see that? Making America a country free from England. On this 76th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, Douglass used the occasion. Now watch what this man did. Not to celebrate the nation's triumphs, but to remind all of its continuing enslavement of millions of people, Black people, Hispanic people, Native American people. Douglas' speech appears below, and I'm gonna read some of it. And I'm not gonna read the whole thing because you know they fill those speeches full of pomp and circumstances. I'm gonna start at paragraph, look like paragraph 3 of his speech. It says, the fact is, ladies and gentlemen, the distance between this platform, this is where Frederick Douglass was given a speech in Slovakia. Let me see if I can get this up here. So my camera gonna be okay. Where Frederick Douglass was given a speech. He's up on the platform. He begins, the fact is, ladies and gentlemen, the distance between this platform and the slave plantation from which I escaped is considerable. And the difficulties to be overcome in getting from the latter to the former are by no means slight. That I am here today is to me a matter of astonishment as well as of gratitude. You will not therefore be surprised if in what I have to say, I evince no elaborate preparation nor grace my speech with any high-sounding exhorting. With little experience and with less learning, I have been able to throw my thoughts hastily and imperfectly together, and trusting to your patience and generous indulgence, I will proceed to lay them before you. I see y'all checking in. Keep checking in. I want y'all to make sure you like and share the video. Like, share, subscribe everywhere. Share this everywhere. That's what we normally do at the beginning. We make sure everybody do that. But right now, when I'm reading to you, because we have the 4th of July coming up, the Independence Day celebration here in America. Okay? You heard of what's that movie Will Smith did with Goldblum, that Goldblum character, Independence Day. Independence Day. Okay. That was to get you ready for the Space Force and those ready for the spaceships coming in, for your Havashah coming back. That was to help get your mind ready for that. But what I'm going to do right now is take you back. Take you back a little bit. Now listen to what Frederick Douglass has to say. He said, trusting to your patient and generous indulgence, I will proceed to lay them before you. This is what he got to say. This, for the purpose of this celebration, is the 4th of July. It is the birthday of your national independence and of your political freedom. This to you is what the Passover was to the emancipated people of Yahweh, of God. You see that?
Here's some things we gonna run into every now and then. We'll go back and look at the early leaders of our people. You see, and they'll say some things. Brother Matatau, that's how you pronounce it.
Slaki, sir. Mathaya.
You say it again.
Mathaya.
Mathaya. Had you ever heard of Frederick Douglass? Let me ask you that. Have you ever heard of Frederick Douglass?
Khan.
Okay. Have you ever heard of Frederick Douglass referring to the Passover and the emancipated people of Yahweh?
La, sir. Never.
That is cool, huh? And if I'm hollering a little bit, you might have to get closer to your phone because I can really barely hear you.
Salaki, sir. I never heard of Frederick Douglass saying anything about Passover nor emancipation of Yahweh.
Right here. You see, I'm old, so we have Black history. I don't know if y'all young people have Black history in school. Surely they had Black history in their Black church. You think so? You think for this purpose, this is in his speech. This is in his speech. Everybody, make sure you're sharing and liking the video. This is in Frederick Douglass' speech in 1852, July 5th. For this purpose, for the purpose of this celebration is the 4th of July. It is the birthday of your national independence and of your political freedom. This to you is what the Passover was to the emancipated people of God. In other words, Salakia. Let me see if I can mute this. Let me get back up here. Salakia, y'all. Am I back in? All right. Salakia. Yeah. Let me get this set back up. He's referring back, Frederick Douglass is referring back to the Passover. We just finished having the Passover not too many weeks ago. Even Frederick Douglass, an escaped slave, understood what the Passover represented. It represented independence from Egypt. It represented freedom from Egypt, freedom from enslavement. Let me keep reading what he writes. It carries your mind back to the day and to the act of your great deliverance and to the signs and to the wonders associated with that act and that day. This celebration also marks the beginning of another year of your national life and reminds you that the Republic of America is now 76 years old. Okay. Now, what Frederick Douglass did and is doing right here, and we're going to bring it to the scriptures, don't worry, we're going to bring the scriptures in. What Frederick Douglass did right here, and we still do today, is make sure you understand so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that you understand that you are not an American. You were not made free with the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation. You weren't made free with the signing of the Declaration of Independence. You are not free when you go out here and celebrate the 4th of July, Independence Day in America. All right? You are not free. Frederick Douglass understood this way back in 1852. Here we are in 2024, and we still have to beg our people not to celebrate the 4th of July. What you're doing is you're celebrating your oppressor's victory over you. Is that right, Matata?
Come on, sir.
You agree with that?
All the way, sir. Colin Kwan.
You're celebrating your oppressor's victory over you. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. And you know, do you know how dumb you have to be? Do you ever see any two sport teams go out here? They get into this big tournament, and at the end, one of them becomes the winner. Do you see the second place and third place teams going over and celebrating? You understand? With the NCAA champions, nobody celebrates with the NCAA champions but them. Nobody celebrate with the Super Bowl champions. No other team come out and celebrate with them as a team. How dumb do we have to be if they got that much sense in dumb sports that we don't have that much sense as a people? We go out and we try to celebrate. Get me real quick, envy not thy oppressor. Get me that. Envy not thy oppressor. It's over in Proverbs. But we go out here and we try to imitate and try to do everything we see our oppressors do. Everything we see our oppressors do. And when you read, brother, when you read, I'm going to ask you to read loudly. You must read loudly because I can barely hear you on this end. All right? But we try to emulate what our oppressors got a big house on the hill. We got to get the big house on the hill. I remember a time you was not considered to have made it economically until you moved into an oppressor's neighborhood. You integrated an oppressor's neighborhood. You understand? To this day, it's an age-old question about the brothers, what they really want. Why are they chasing the oppressor's women? Why when basketball players, football players, singers get rich and everything, they always got to go get them a woman from the oppressor. From the oppressor. And celebrating your oppressor's holidays is the same thing. I don't care what holiday it is. This one I just think is distinctly egregious. All right? Why? Because it celebrates independence, the day this nation, United States of America, became independent and a free nation. It celebrates when they became a free nation, no longer subject to the crown of Spain or England, particularly England, but no longer subject to the king or queen of England. They became an independent nation of itself. But here's the drawback. At the time they became an independent nation, and though you were one of the first killed, a fellow by the name of Crispus Attucks, an Israelite down in Boston, was one of the first to die in the fight for independence for this country. Today in 2024, and even then in 1852, the so-called black man and woman, the so-called Native American man and woman, and the so-called Latina man and woman remains in captivity. Remains in captivity. If you think you're not in captivity, walk around and celebrate yourself as a Hebrew Israelite. No, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that to you. I ain't gonna do that to you because y'all not trained by Commandant Joan Yohanan. Try to walk around, find a school in your city. It's any city America, ISUPK, any city America or any big city America. You can find us. We're not hard to find. And we're gonna warn you, as soon as you start walking this way, your family gonna turn on you. Because when you start walking as a member of the ISUPK, you know what you don't do? You don't keep the oppressive holidays anymore. Read what you got.
Khan. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3.
All right, a little louder. You got to read a little louder, or use a microphone. You got to get closer to your microphone.
Khan, sir. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressors, and choose none of his
Do
ways.
what? Envy what?
Envy thou not. Envy thou not
Envy
the
thou.
oppressor. Envy thou
Go ahead.
not the envy thou not the oppressors, and choose none of his ways.
Choose none of his ways. Envy thou not. That means get that little green monster, that little green demon out of your head. All right? You get that little green demon. You see, and I'm going to show you what he means when he say don't envy. You remember how you saw the people cross the street, get a new car, and now you want a new car. The girl at school get come in with a new outfit on. Now you come home, you want a new outfit. The brother around the corner got some. Back in my day, it was some new Gators. Now you got to go spend you $200-300 on some new Gators. That's called envy. Envy. Somebody else has it. You want it because somebody else has it. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose a few of his ways. Is that what it say?
Choose none of his ways.
Choose maybe one or two of his ways.
Choose none of his ways.
Well, you could, how about if you just pick one little tiny way of the oppressor over here in the middle of the summer?
Choose none of his ways.
Choose none of his ways. Choose none of his ways. And here's the thing that's so silly about our people. You know, and it's sad because it's the Christian church that got you caught up into this garbage. You understand? Your Christian church and pastor gonna be celebrating the 4th of July this week. They're gonna be in the park barbecuing pork, barbecuing pork and shrimp, crab. You see what I'm saying? If not, they're gonna go down to Red Lobster. They're gonna have it out over there, but they're gonna make sure the kids get exposed to some type of fun. I was talking with my rib this week, showing us something. We was going back through the Christian hymnal, if I could. We was going back through the Christian hymnal and looking at the music that is the standard of Christian music. You understand what I'm saying? This is the standard of Christian music. I'm gonna show y'all something, how this fit in, why you support the 4th of July. We was looking at that music. We also took a look at today's Israelite music and the motivation where those brothers' music come from. We got a song called Cult Leader. Yeah, I'm a cult leader. Jesus was in a cult. you understand? Yahushua was the leader of the baddest cult that ever walked the face of the earth. You see that? He's the king of the baddest cult. They're called Israelites. Why? Because they're holy. What makes them holy? They set apart, set aside by the Most High as something totally different for himself. You understand what I'm saying? If you got any questions now, go ahead and put them in the chat. I'm watching. I'm watching the questions in the chat. If you got any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. But we get accused of being in a cult. We got a song called Cult Leader. We got that song by the brother that said, F that effing job. F that effing job, right? And you see, I'm older. My wife is even older, and that's one of her favorite ones. And we understand, having worked all them years, and now we're retired, right? That's why I'm in the school so much, is now that we're retired, right? It's like there is no respect, not even for the age of the work we put in, except for in the ISUPK. You understand? In the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. They still trying to get us, after spending our lifetime working and building their country, to fall down and worship them. But we're not going to do that. That's all keeping keeping their holidays is doing. You falling down and worshiping white supremacy when you strike up that grill the 4th of July, when you spend $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 on fireworks just for this one day, on fireworks. And you know what happens a lot on this day? Israelites are slain. Israelites are killed. The Bible teaches, envy not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. Now, what part of that don't you understand, or what part of that do you really want to get body bagged about if you have opposition to that? What part of that is it envy? You don't necessarily have to don't chase after what your oppressor got, or do you not believe that the man that run this country is your oppressor? The men that run this world is your oppressor. Get me, and they covered the faces of the judges. You know what that is? I think it's over in Job. Get me, and they covered the faces of the judges.
Come on.
You see, so you may not know. You may have been convinced in your young age and watching YouTube and watching the social media stuff and TV and listening to, they may have you pretty fooled. They may, that you have no oppressor, that you not oppressed. I even heard people told me that to my face. I thought they had lost their mind. They told me, living in America, I don't know what you're talking about, I'm not oppressed. That's some defeatist type garbage. They say that's some defeatist type, that you just choosing to be a victim. The Malice Green, I got a thing going on right now in Detroit. Don't forget Malice Green. I'm gonna ask you, did Malice Green choose to be a victim when the police beat him, unalived him using police-issued flashlights here in Detroit 30 years ago? What about that young brother down in Florida? What was his name? Remember the young brother?
Trayvon Martin, sir.
You say Trayvon Martin.
Come.
With Trayvon Martin, was he a self-imposed victim? Did he impose victimization on himself? Tawana Brawley, that goes back a little ways. Did she scroll all that stuff on her own back? We not victims. We have no oppressor. Have you lost your mind? You know why they was able to do that? Because they covered the faces of the prophets. Read what you got.
Come. It's the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24.
This is the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24, you say? And we say that twice. We say that 2-3 times in the class because our people sit down. They sit down and write down what we say. They go back and study it in this class, brother. You see what I'm saying? They want these precepts. See that again? Job chapter what?
Chapter 9, verse 24.
Chapter 9, verse 24. Listen to what this says. Read.
Khan. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Wait, hold up. What is given into the hands of the wicked?
The earth.
Just Florida.
The earth.
What you think? Maybe they talking about just San Diego.
The earth.
LA.
The earth.
DC.
The earth.
The earth. The entire earth right now is given to who?
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Into the hands of the wicked. And guess what? I really don't have to teach you what wicked look like. Because it has struck your house 5 or 10 times this year already. Some wicked person that hit your house 5 or 6 times already this year. You know what wicked look like. You know why? Because you see it in your brother. You see it in your sister. You see it in your children. You see it in your nieces. And I'm not talking about the oppressor. You see wickedness in your own people. You know how I know, sisters, y'all see it? Brothers, how y'all see it? Because y'all call us and talk about it. You understand? You call us and talk about it. You call me. I was talking to a sister the other day, and she ain't saying nothing bad or saying anything about any wickedness. And she was asking me for the address and the date in August of Commanding General Yohana's lecture, a conversation with Commanding General Yohana. Are demons real and are they among us? August 2nd, here at 12355 Gratiot in Detroit at the ISUPK Detroit School. She was asking me about that. I gave her the information. She said, I asked her, I said, are you coming? She said, I would never miss an opportunity to come in and sit and learn under Commanding General Yohana. And she's in another camp. She got a U in her name somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I believe, and I don't want to get the sister wrong, but I believe she's Old Testament only. You see what I'm saying? But they still come and sit down under the ISUPK. Another brother walked in last week, I think it was. He had the fringes here in Detroit. He had the fringes on the edge of his shirt, on his T-shirt. You know what I'm saying? But of course, we got him straight on that. We're looking for him to be back up in here in scripture breakdown tomorrow. But he say the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Now, if your people ain't running nothing, though you got wickedness among your people are not the wicked people being talked about here. Read on.
Khan. He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
He what?
He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. There are judges that's given to this earth naturally. That means they came from the Most High. They haven't, watch this, they have an inalienable right. Is that what they say in American Constitution? And then in their powerful things, you have an inalienable right. You have been endued by God with the rights of the inalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You heard that? You heard that somewhere? You see what I'm saying? That means that you have a God-given right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Not you, black man. Not you, Native American man. Not you, Latino man. Or our women. No. They wrote this back in the 1700s, but at the same time, in the 1800s, they declared us to be 3/5 of a man. They declared that when the North, I'm going to show you something, this was crazy. When the North freed the slaves that was in opposition to it, and the slaves that were in states that was in opposition, that was at war with the North, when the Union freed those slaves through Abraham Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation, the American government, some of those plantation owners also got what? Compensated for the loss of their slaves. Down around South Carolina, North Carolina, slaves heard about this and ran away, not about the money, but they heard that if you can get to the base, the military base, the Union base, you would be free. And so many slaves ran away to the Union Army bases. You understand? They ran away to the Union Army bases, and then the government would turn around and compensate, you understand, that slave master, the owner of those slaves, for the loss of his property, because that's what you were considered, property. You were not free to celebrate the 4th of July. Your behind was in the cotton fields, the tobacco fields, the sugar cane fields, the beet fields. You was out there slopping hogs. You was out there wringing necks on chickens. You was out there slaughtering cows. You was on the killing floor. You was out there chopping cotton, chopping and separating tobacco. and getting it hung up. That's what you was doing the celebrations of the 4th of July. In fact, you wasn't really free to do anything until they came in the 60s with a whole civil rights bill. I forget what they called it, but you could hardly vote. The Christian KKK was keeping you worried, not only at night, but during the daytime, that they gonna come down and burn down that little piece of land that you sharecropping. You see that? And today you want to be the first out at the park. You want to make sure on the 4th of July, you get your church. I'm gonna show you what your church did. When I was little, the church used to make sure around that time, the 4th of July, we went to Lower Huron Metropolitan Park, and right after that, we was headed to Cedar Point, to Sandusky, Ohio. The whole church Sunday school. Why? Because they was inundating our little young minds, and that's what I was saying earlier. Along with the hymn books, with the music, they did it too. That's why you can still remember at 8. You can't remember your name, but at 80 years old, you can remember what a friend we have in Jesus. At 65 years old, you can't remember ever where you put your glasses, but you can remember what a fellowship, what a joy divine leading on the everlasting arm. And when you look at those songs compared to what the Bible teaches us we should be doing, right? They have nothing to do with each other. In the first Psalms, because you know the Psalms is a song book of what David wrote. Those are songs. Those are meant to be sung, all right? But they were so heavy, by the time they got down to our generation, folks were just saying. First Psalms like saying, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. You see that? What's the counsel of the ungodly? As it relates to our subject today. What is the counsel of the ungodly right now as it relates to our subject matter today? And our subject matter is, you were not free when they first celebrated the 4th of July. You were a slave. Not only you were not free, you were a slave at hard labor. You were chattel slavery. You was just a little bit more than a donkey in the eyes of your oppressors. A little bit more than a donkey. A little bit more than a cow. You were just a little bit more of that. And today, you still run out. You're not much more. And most black people don't understand this. In order to be free in America, you have to be more than a paycheck away from poverty. And let me explain. LeBron James ain't but a paycheck away from poverty. Understand? If you think I'm lying, ask Tiger Woods. You see what I'm saying? If you think I'm lying, ask Tiger Woods. Did they not shut him down? If you think I'm lying, ask R. Kelly. They canceled that brother. They canceled that brother and locked him up. You see what I'm saying? As soon as they were done with him, as soon as they had enough of our young people influenced, out of their mind, going crazy, using his music, just like they use the Christian music, they locked him up. That's all they do with our celebrities. They use them and then throw them away in the same system. Right? Watch this. That's designed for our young people to leave school and go into. It's called from preschool to prison. It's the school to prison pipeline. Why? Because you have to celebrate the 4th of July. You have to go out here and celebrate the 4th of July. But remember, that is given to you by these people that run the earth. And read that again.
Khan. This is the book of Proverbs, Salaki, this is the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24.
Uh-huh.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. The people that's founded this country, the earth has been given into their hands. You know they wicked, and in the face of the Most High, in times like these, you gonna run out and celebrate. You tell me that. That's what you're doing. In times like these, you're gonna go out in the face of the Most High and celebrate one of the highest holidays of the wicked, of your oppressor. Have you lost your mind? I believe you have. I believe you have. Look at here. What we gonna do? I can say this a million times, and I don't want to waste the time. We can still got an hour. So what I want to do is I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. You know you ain't got any business. You have no business celebrating the 4th of July. Well, Officer Michelle, what we gonna celebrate? Well, you could have celebrated the Passover. That was a glorious event. That was a glorious event, higher than any 4th of July celebration, and about real freedom. It's about your people being taken out of captivity and put into their own land. And watch this. Today, when we celebrated looking forward to when we get taken out of this captivity. Am I right?
Khan.
We celebrate the Passover. Watch this. Looking forward to when we get out of this, to remind ourselves that he took us out of one captivity, he'll take us out of this one too. You see? But you can't do that again. Envy not your oppressor. Read that one again. Envy not your oppressor.
Khan, sir. Salaki.
Let me explain to you now. You look on TV. Make sure you write these down. That way you can get to them faster. You can watch these folks on TV and on social media and in these videos if you want to. And you can try to imitate them, but you know they're dying left and right and younger and younger. Every time I turn around, there's another so-called rapper that's been unalived, that's been deleted. You understand? And that's crazy. That's crazy. That was Proverbs, what, 3:31?
Khan, sir.
There's Israelite after Israelite getting unalived out here by this system that's running the earth. And who we say runs the earth? The wicked has inherited the earth. And they covered the faces of the prophets. Who faces did they cover? They covered yours, black man, your Native American man, yours, Latino man. That's who faces they cover. Why? So that your people could go blind, that your people can go without knowledge. My people perish for lack of knowledge. That's what the scripture says. You find that yet?
Khan, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, read.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 31.
3:31. Hear me again. Read.
Envy thou not the oppressor.
Envy thou not the oppressor. Okay? So if you're not to envy the oppressor, what should you do? Get me Deuteronomy 4.
Khan.
And what's the other one I want?
Chapter 4.
It's not going to do that. My bad. I want to say Deuteronomy 7 and 6. But give me Deuteronomy 4.
Deuteronomy chapter 4.
Start at verse 3.
Come. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 3. Your eyes have seen what the Lord did because of Baal-peor. For all the men that followed Baal-peor, the Lord thy God hath destroyed them from among you.
Okay, hold on. Now, there may be some of y'all who will say, oh man, we ain't seen the Lord do anything. We've been in America and we've been oppressed and this and that, and woe is me in the Most High. Let me explain something. If it wasn't for the Most High, as soon as they got through the Industrial Revolution, they would have genocide every Black, Hispanic, and Native American on this continent. You understand that? They've been trying to commit genocide against us since we showed up. You think they done with Haiti? They still mad at Haiti for being the first country to free itself from the mid-Atlantic slave trade. You see that? They still mad at Mexico because Mexico let their slaves go before America, and when Israelite man was president, he dared America say, once them slaves, if a slave set foot on Mexican land, they're free, and if you come after them, you got a war. You see that? The second president of Mexico did that, and he was a Judite. You see. So they hate us intensely. You see that? They hate us intensely. And you see, they have tried and tried again to make us behave, to make us disappear, to make us think. You know what the biggest killer of Black folks is in the Black community? You think it's drugs. You think it's Black on Black crime with the shootings and stuff. You know, it's not that. What is the biggest unaliver of Black people is abortions. If any other category of unaliving Black people reached 350,000 a year, you would declare that someone had a war going on against Black people. But when 350,000 Black babies die every year by being sucked out of their mother's womb by a vacuum, they're unalived every year. We don't say a word. Nobody except for the ISUPK under Commanding General Hanna.
That's right.
Read that again, what you just read.
Khan. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 3. Your eyes have seen what the Lord did because of Baal-peor.
Your eyes have seen what the Lord did because of Baal-peor. Let me explain. In any other country, any place else where there are no Israelites, if someone start killing them on a regular basis at $350,000 people a year, you understand that's 1 million people, 1.25 people every year. 1,250,000 people every 4 years. If you only got 40 million people, it'll take what? How many years does it take to get rid of you? 15 going to 43 three times? 30 years, you're done. 30 years, you're done. They've been trying to kill us since before I was born, and I was born in 59. We are not going anywhere because we are the Lord's people. Even though they have whole games out about how to kill an Israelite, how to delete an Israelite, how to get rid of an Israelite. You understand? Not an Israeli. We don't care about them. We don't have a dog in that fight. We're talking about us. You see? Keep on reading.
Khan. For all the men that followed Baal Peor, the Lord thy God hath destroyed them from among you.
Read.
But ye that did cleave unto the Lord your God are alive, every one of you this day.
And I want to say, in our day, even those of us who did not cleave unto the Most High, guess what? He still kept us alive until the ISUPK was brought our way, and we could come into this truth and learn this truth and live and rescue our brothers and sisters. He kept us alive. So if you're alive today and you are hearing this, if you can hear my voice wherever you are this Monday morning, understand the Most High kept you alive that you can get back to his laws, statutes, and commandments, that you can find your way back to your culture. Keep reading.
Khan.
That's why you're alive. You're still alive today. The Most High, in spite of everything, the KKK, what's them boys, Donald Trump was talking about the Proud Boys, got the Proud Boys, the Christian Church, the Nazis. Everybody is against you. Everybody is against you, black man and woman. Everybody is against you, Mexican man and woman, Latino man and woman, Native American man and woman. Everybody on the face of the earth. What did it say in Psalms 83? They are what against Confederate? Is that what they say?
Khan. They are confederate against thee.
Confederate against. That means they've come together on a large scale to do you in, to unalive you, and getting you to celebrate their holidays is a way of doing you in. The way of doing you in. Go ahead, keep reading.
Khan. Verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments.
Okay, hold up right there. He said, behold. And behold is an old English word, mean, hey, look, pay attention. Watch this. They're finna tell you something real important. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments. Read.
Even as the Lord my God command thee.
Even as the Lord my God commanded me. This is Moses telling the people, read.
That ye should do so in the land, whether ye go to possess it.
And watch this. This is why you're in the land you don't possess now. Because you did not keep those laws, statutes, and commandments. And why it keeps looking worse for you every day is because you now, even in the face of the prophets coming out here, fishing, trying to fish you in, you still refuse to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. You break your neck. You break your piggy bank. You got a fund set up from Christmas until now, just to make sure you got the right fireworks this summer, and you can show out with your fireworks more than Mr. Bob down the street. When that money, right, could be used to feed your family. When that money could be used, invested in some way that you might can start buying your house and stop renting. That money might be given to Commander General Yohana, that he might grow a farm that you don't have to shop no more at Kroger's, at Walmart, at Sam's Club. But Israel have their own food brought in. You know why we can't think like that? We too busy following after our oppressors. Keep reading.
Khan. Verse 6.
Hold on. This is the verse I want y'all to put an asterisk by. Put a star by this one. Read.
Khan. Keep, therefore, and do them,
Do what?
Keep, therefore, and do them.
Keep therefore and do them. You understand? I'm gonna go back to y'all Christian songs. Tell me what song y'all got that talks about keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Do Amazing Grace, How Sweet the Sound talk about keeping the law, statutes, and commandments? I think not. Do What a Fellowship, What a Joy Divine talks about keeping the law, statutes, commandments? Read what they say again.
Come. Keep, therefore, and do them.
Keep therefore and do them. He said, I've given you laws and statutes. Keep therefore and do them. Read on.
For this is your wisdom and your
For
understanding.
what? For
this,
what?
For this is your wisdom and your understanding.
This is your wisdom and your understanding. Read.
In the sight of the nations.
In the sight of the nations. Hold on. Let me go back here. Understand? Read that again. For this.
Come. For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
In the sight of who?
Of the nations.
The nations with an S. That means all the other nations on the face of the earth. Get me real quick. Keep your finger there. But get me real quick. Psalms 147, verse 19 and 20. Psalms 147, verse 19 and 20. Let me show you something. He said, this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, meaning the other nations of the earth. You show that you have wisdom, you show you have understanding when you keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. So if you don't keep them, what do you show? If keeping them is one thing, not keeping them is the opposite. So when you don't keep them, you show yourself to be foolish. You show yourself to be childlike. You show yourself to be ignorant. All right? Let me show you something. Psalms 147, give me verse 20.
Come. Verse 20. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 147, verse 20. He have not dealt so with any nation.
Say it again.
He have not dealt so with any nation.
He have not dealt so with any nation. What are you talking about? Now read verse 18.
Come. Verse 18. He sendeth out his word and melted them. He causeth his wind to blow.
Salakia. I meant 19.
Come, sir. Verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
He read that one more time.
Come. He showeth his word unto Jacob.
He show up his word unto Jacob.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
His statutes and his judgment unto Israel. And then verse 20 say he has what?
He have not dealt so with any nation.
He has not dealt so with any nation. You see that? He has not dealt. David understood what Moses meant when he said, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations. You see that? Go back to Deuteronomy.
Come.
Pick it up. Pick it up right there where it says, for this is your, right at the end of this, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations. Now pick it up.
Which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. How do you hear that being said about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans? By anybody, by themselves. Do you hear that being said by ourselves? Do you hear any other nation of people looking at us and say, "Oh, this is a wise and understanding people"? Yeah, a wise and understanding people. This is a great. Surely this great. Do they even call us a great nation?
Sir.
Look, they got so much love for us. They try to replace us in basketball with Hamites. You know what I'm saying? They've been trying to replace us with Hamites forever in basketball. That has not worked. They love us so much that the Ishmaelites insist that we take on their names and not have our own name.
Right.
They love us that much that, oh, you don't need your own name. You don't need your own people name, but take on this Ishmaelite name, Akbar or whatever. Take on this Ishmaelite name. You see what I'm saying? Oh, and don't forget the names they've been giving us, Lawrence and Jim and Peter. And that's not an Israelite name. What I'm trying to do is show you in a facetious way how much you really hate it. How much you really hate it. Come on back, brother. Keep trying to come back. To show you how much you're really hated by these people on the face of the earth who did what? Covered your faces. Cover the faces of the judges. That's what Job told us. That the wicked, the earth is given to the wicked, and they that covereth the faces of the judges. Why you think all your religious iconography is of you, looks like someone of European descent? You see that? Until Putin exposed them. You see that? Until Putin exposed them. They already know that the fight is coming. And what they're doing with all their holy days and they feel good days, they want you to forget everything that was done. Everything that was done to you by them, to us by them, they want you to forget all of that. You see that? They want you to forget all of that and then join with them in peace on the 4th. And then at the end of the 4th of July, they're going to make sure that you are so messed up in your mind that you're going to shoot each other at your 4th of July celebrations. You see that? You're going to shoot each other at your 4th of July celebration. This is from, I'm going to read something real quick. And this is not brand new. But they knew a long time ago. This ABC News reporting last year. Insanity. This is 1 year ago. This week. Insanity. 4th of July mass shootings leave 20 people dead, 126 injured. This cannot be the society we are expected to live in, and the elected leaders said. You see that? That's what's happened your last 4th of July. 20 people was unalive and 126 people left injured. "20 people were unalive and 126 people were injured in 22 mass shootings that erupted across the country between 5 p.m. Eastern Time Friday and 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Wednesday, according to the Gun Violence Archive, a website that tracks shootings nationwide. Website which defines a mass shooting as a single event with 4 or more victims, either injured or killed, reported that The holiday mass shootings happened in 17 states and Washington, D.C. So you see, while you still out here trying to have a good time with your oppressor, trying to imitate your oppressor, looking like your oppressor. You know what I pray? I pray I don't walk my behind downtown. I may not even go downtown this week. But don't go downtown or go out here and see somebody deliberately wearing red, white, and blue flag material clothing. I know one person is going to do it. And I'm going to just do my best. I ain't going to promise y'all I'm going to hold my peace. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to promise you I'm going to hold my peace. But don't do that. And yes, you look just as silly putting on all green and a damn leprechaun hat every March 17th. Yes, you do. You look just as stupid dressing up like a clown or a joker off a deck of cards on April 1st. Just as silly. Just as silly. What you need to do is get in these fringes, get you a headpiece, let your beard grow out, put this dawudah on your clothes, and get you a garment and some boots and boot up. That's what you need to be doing. And then celebrate every day that you're an Israelite. Celebrate it every day that you're an Israelite. And how do we celebrate it? By keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. I lost my reader, but that's okay. That's okay. We still pump it out. We still going. Yep, we're still going. 17 last year. So what do you think? What do you think gonna happen this year? We've had all the good hot weather. Now it cooled down just this week of the 4th of July. That means the parks are gonna be packed, ain't they? They're gonna be packed. They're gonna have all type of stuff going on. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna be watching the statistics. We're gonna be at the website Gun Violence Archive and see what they record. How many of our dumb people are unalive because they rather have fun than obey the Most High. They rather feel good than to obey the Most High. That's all they doing. This year, I'm thinking they just fatten you up before the slaughter. You know how they do lambs, cows, goats, like before they go on the cattle drive back in the day, right? They used to make sure them cows were fattened up, and they didn't move them too fast at the beginning of the cattle drive. They let them eat as much. They let them bulk up on that cattle drive because they want them at their heaviest when they get to where they're going to be sold. And watch this. By being in your face, let me show you what they did. Let me show you what American independence did for you. It drove you, it pulled you, it severed you away from the Most High even more. Why? Since the time that I've come into the truth in 2017, when I first came into this truth, right? You know, I don't know if the LGBT could marry one another then, but shortly there, well, Obama was in office. Let me show you what America's done for you, right? While you not looking, while you having fun, while you imitating them, while you think the most important job your son can get is to become an NBA basketball player. You know what I'm saying? A football player, a singer, entertainer, a rapper. You know, that's why your children go after that and nothing else. They got a better chance after sports. Why? Because they got to go to college to get that. And in college, they go learn something else different. But that's why your children, our children, are dying all over the place. I know you're gonna be by the time Jeremiah Hyman scripture breakdown class. Is that Thursday? Watch what I say. Monday the 1st, Tuesday the 2nd, Wednesday the 3rd, Thursday the 4th. Watch. Come Friday morning, and don't be surprised if Jeremiah Hyman start getting calls and texts and messages during his class on the 4th of July this Thursday. Don't be surprised, man. 5 killed here, 20 shot here, folks killed over there. Don't be surprised. You know why? Because we are Israelites. We are the people of God. We are the people of the Most High. And we continue to turn our back on his laws, statutes, and commandments. We keep telling Israelite men, you are crazy. You have lost your mind. We keep tuning out and tapping out. You see what I'm saying? We won't go to class. You see what I'm saying? But we will listen to any old knucklehead to say anything. We'll go buy some fireworks. We'll go buy some weed. Because it's our homeboy, we'll accept alternative lifestyle because it was our homeboy who did time with us in prison. And we should be understanding of his or her plight. You see that? Celebrating the oppressor's holiday has made you that stupid. You see that? You were still slaves. You were still well within chattel slavery. Well within chattel slavery. 1776. It was almost 100 years before any paperwork was written declaring you not to be a slave. Not to be a slave. It was almost 100 years. 1776 to 1863. That's crazy. That's crazy. 13 years short of 100 years. You see that? And you haven't been free since the Emancipation Proclamation. You have not been free then. All they do is change the rules of what your captivity looks like. I know that sounds crazy, but really, that's all that's being done. They change what your captivity looks like just to make you have an appearance of freedom. If you think you're free, ask any of the oppressors that served in the military, are they free to do whatever they want to? They're going to say no, because they belong to the military, whether it be Air Force, Army, Navy, Marines, Sky Force, or National Guards. They belong to the U.S. military. They are not free. They cannot do what any and everything that they want to do. Neither can you, so-called black man, so-called Native American, so-called Latino man. You can't do, because you still not free. I tell you what though, you want to celebrate something. You forget about this old 4th of July, okay? Hit Chandler Park, August, well, not just Chandler Park, check out the ISUPK. Check us out now. ISUPK, August 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. 1, 2, 3, 5, 5, Gratiot for the Midwest Fire Weekend. You understand that? We got the Round Table of Truth that's going to be hosted by the Midwest Monster of Mayhem, Captain 13,000 Mawakwa. That night, We got to sit down with Commandant General Yohana. A sit down and a talking with Commandant General Yohana. The title is, Are Demons Real and Are They Among Us? The general say he's going to break that down. On Thursday, you know what you got. Scripture breakdown with General Muhammad. You see that? Scripture breakdown with General Muhammad. Something going on with the brother. Mataya, I see you. Let's see if I can let you back up on stage. I'm going to take a look. I don't know why the brother, and that happens sometimes. Let me get out of this. Okay, here we go. I got to get back in here myself. Okay, here we go. I know I stopped for a second. Let me see if, in fact, okay. Let me see. Cam, guess. Okay, there you go. Just say guess. One guess. Two, what they say. Okay. You're not going. I'm trying to get the brother back up on the stage, but I don't see him in here. But Salakia, that's how it works. Sorry about that. We're not gone. We're still here. But it's about keeping the law, statutes. Anytime you got to chase after your oppressor to do what your oppressor is doing. That's crazy. Let me explain something. I'm gonna go to Deuteronomy 7. I'm gonna see if this brother can get back up here again. And I hope I don't kick myself out. No. So Lakia, Israel. I guess the brother won't be back up on the stage. So Lakia, every time I try to get you back up on the stage, I kick me off, so I can't do that. And we almost at the end of the class. We got lessons, so it's no problem. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right because it's about these scriptures. We're telling you that every problem that you have today, One is because, number one, you refuse to obey the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. And two, because you got both your oppressor and your so-called brother teaching you not to obey the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. The whole Christian church, right? Like I said. And how do I know Christian churches going to celebrate the 4th of July? Understand? I was raised as a boy in a Christian church, both AME and Baptist. Both AME and Baptist churches. And I was at the park as a little boy when they took us on these 4th of July joints, and this is for the church celebrating the 4th of July. I was in the backyard. Matter of fact, I was in the car when we went to the fireworks place and spent thousands of dollars because the pastor at the time wanted his fireworks to be the biggest ones on the block. And this is a pastor of a black church. This was a pastor of a black church. This is who's teaching you. This is who's teaching you to disobey the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. It's your pastor. Your pastor is teaching you to disobey the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And this disobedience keep you in subjection. It keeps you in poverty. It keeps you a slave. Listen. Deuteronomy 7, verse 1. When the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, it has cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites and the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, greater and mightier than you. 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. Verse 2, and when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, and thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them, thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. The black Christian church makes covenant after covenant after covenant. That means agreement. That means treaty. That means a pact. The black Christian church covenant with white Christian supremacy is this: deliver us your people in a very foolish, unlearned state, and we will give you a mega church. We will give you a mega contract in gospel music. Deliver your people to us that we might enslave them even more, and we'll give you the desires of your heart. And that's what our churches have done. That's why you out here celebrate every holiday that come up. Man, ain't nothing wrong with Juneteenth, because they just started that. I've been told that. You know, that's trying to celebrate you coming out of slavery. But if you was even serious about that, you wouldn't need the 4th of July. If they got a parade downtown Detroit, it's going to be many of us out there in that hot sun looking stupid. You understand? And like I said, they teach us from children. Why? Junior high school bands participate in this. 11, 12, 13-year-olds. Senior high school bands participate in this stuff. And we get as caught up in it as anybody. But they told you, make no covenant with the people who now your oppressor. That's why they're your oppressor. You make covenants with them. Neither shall thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter shall not be given unto his son, and nor his daughter shall thou take unto thy son. I'm looking out the window right now in the hood and see that violated out right outside the school. You see that? See that violated right outside the school. This is why our people, this is our people. What's wrong? This is what's wrong with our people. They don't listen. They want to believe what feels good. What feels good. You think it felt good having to go through all that nonsense from people who are my family when we stop celebrating Christmas? Huh? Who still try today to celebrate birthdays and say Happy Father's Day to me and stuff like that? I recognize those things when they say those things as curses, as defilements. It's not what goes into the mouth of the man. What comes out of the mouth of a man is what defiles a man. When he says Merry Christmas, when he says Happy 4th of July, that's defiling that Israelite. You understand? That's defiling that Israelite. I pray you understand. Let me get you one more scripture. What we got here? Deuteronomy 4. Did we do this all right? Yeah, but I taught you statute and judgment. Okay. Deuteronomy 7. The Lord shall deliver thee out of your hand. Okay, that's the same one. All right. The 4th of July. Your holy days are written in the Bible. You got no business. None. Zero. You got no business celebrating. Oh, I can't get that right now. Sorry about that. You got no business celebrating anything that America celebrates. Until they turn their weapons, their swords into plowshares, you have nothing to celebrate. Until they lay down their weapons and turn them into plowshares in front of Yahushua HaMashiach. You understand that? You got nothing to celebrate except for the laws, the celebrations, the holy convocations the Most High give us. And you know, here's the most pitiful thing. What's going to happen to Israelites? What's beginning to happen to Israelites, right, can be prevented. Can surely be prevented. Because all they have to do is decide to keep the law, statutes, and commandment of the Most High. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. I know I talk smack about getting old in America, having work, and I can do that. I can do that. But you know, even at 65, the Most High still have me able to get up and do work in this school and do His work. You see that? The Most High still cares about me to what? Keep me on the right track, to have brothers around me that check me when I get a little off base so that I can be back right again. You understand that? The Most High has taken us. The Most High has taken us and made me and my brothers that's here in the Detroit school into brothers that can understand and welcome discipline, that know how to be patient, that know how to follow orders, giving us wives that know, that say Khan, Alaman Khan, that know how to take the time to get out of their emotions. You see what I'm saying? When we sit down and talk with them, and they know this is not time for emotions, whether they like what's going on or not. Because we all, we all learn we are not Yahweh Shai. We are not the Most High. We did not write the law, statute, commandments. The Most High gave them to us. And he only gave them to us. He didn't give them to anybody else. You see that? He didn't do that for anybody else. When the Most High, let me show you how you hurt yourself in the long run. Don't hurt yourself. When the Most High send brothers to you begging at every turn, do you know we have something for every day of the week? Every day of the week, we can come on here and give you 2 hours of teaching, showing you how you are lost out here in the world among the oppressor, among your oppressor, trying to fit into a fig leaf garment. You understand? You trying to tie fig leaves around your naked self. You try to hide among other nations with their fig looking like them, but everybody see you. How you know? Because they have you cornered into one part of town or 1 or 2 different parts of town, but it's mostly y'all. They call them ghettos. They call them hoods. They call them hoods. You see that? They call them barrios for my Latino brothers. You know what I'm saying? They call them reservations for my Native American. They know who you are. Why? You don't have to be like them no more. They give you unholy days so you can worship them and teach your sons and daughters iniquities against the Most High, teaching your sons and daughters to hate the Most High. That's right. I went there. 2nd commandment, visiting the iniquities of the fathers. The iniquities are sin, transgressions of the fathers upon the children. How do the children get them? They get them from watching the father. Until the children, until the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me. And how long are you going to be in opposition to the Most High? 4 generations. 4 generations. My great-grandmama, my grandmama, my mama, my great-granddaddy, my granddaddy, my daddy, me, my sons and daughters, my grandsons and daughters. And now I got some old enough I can say my great-grandson. You just going to be in opposition to, and how do you know if you're in opposition to the Most High? You in opposition to the Bible. The Old Testament, the Apocrypha, and the New Testament. You find your life in opposition to the Bible. You find that on a daily basis, you do what the Bible tells you not to do, what the Most High told you not to do when he gave you these laws, statutes, and commandments. This is what you find yourself doing. You see that? Okay, I got a question, Salaki, if I may. Oh, okay, I see that. Yeah, we got used to haters being in class, but all we're gonna do is keep telling the truth. Keep telling the truth. If they really hate us, what they can do is meet us at any camp speaking. They can meet us at any camp speaking, bring their Bible, and try to prove their point against us. If they think, we don't care about nobody hating. If they think they have a point against us, just come on out. Just come on out. Today we had some technical difficulties, but we still got the class launched. I think we may have launched it on Facebook. We're going to reshare it on Facebook, but we still got the class launched, and we're dealing with it. And here you go. You were slaves when they declared the independence, 1776, and you was 90 years a slave before they began to let you go. Carl, appreciate that, West Philly. Appreciate that. You was 90 years still a slave before they thought about letting you go after they became a nation. It was over 90 years. 63. We got let loose in 1863 is the earliest day, okay? 76. Back up. 13 years, yeah. That's 87 years. 87, 88, 89, someplace in there. Almost 90 years. 90 years. You remained a slave while they walked around each year and celebrated their freedom. And guess what? Had you roasting the pig for them because they couldn't really cook. You know, old Uncle Jesse over there cooking the pig. And they had Auntie making a potato salad. And Mammy cooking the coleslaw, and Uncle Rufus going and his boys going out there getting all them damn watermelons, bringing them back. And some unfortunate slave, maybe one they set up for this early in the spring, is drugged out of the jailhouse, tarred and feathered, strung up in a tree and set on fire. And they come by with their pocket knives and cut off pieces of an ear, a piece of a finger or something like that, and take it home as a souvenir. This is what's happening at your 4th of July picnics by your oppressor while you were still slaved up. This is what they wish would happen again. They wish they could have this time back to where they could do anything with you that they want to do with you. You see that? That they want to do with you. They've already convinced a number of us to give our children over to them. You see what I'm saying? A number of us give our children over to them. And you know what we'll do? We'll send them to private schools thinking that's better. Private schools are ran by rich oppressors with more money and more hatred. More money to express their hatred. You see that? How you going to get out of this? Well, the scriptures say, train a child up in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. So, of course, I'm going to tell all my Israelite brothers and sisters, keep raising your babies in the truth. Keep raising your babies in the truth. Don't let every time something, and brothers, raise your wives in this truth. Every time something false hits your doorstep, look at here, blow it up. Blow it up. Learn, get in these scriptures. That's why we have all these classes. Get in these scriptures. The scriptures say that a wife should learn in silence from her husband at home in all subjugation. So if you ain't at home teaching your wife, and your house blow up, that's on you. You didn't teach her. But these brothers in this school, in this ISUPK, we teach our wives. You better believe that. We teach our wives. Like I said, I was talking with my wife last night, going over scripture, teaching her I don't want to hear you humming Old Ship of Zion in here no more. It doesn't match up with the Bible. You think I'm lying? Look at the words of any gospel song. It does not match up with the words of the Bible. I hate to tell y'all that, but that's a fact. That is a fact. It does not match up. Hope I didn't leave y'all. Hope y'all can still hear me. It does not match up. I don't pick any gospel song you want to pick. Pick any gospel song you want to pick. Pick your favorite. Pick the one you hate. I don't care. Line it up. It don't. But it's these very songs, right? Watch this, that keep you celebrating the 4th of July. Open your hymnal and see if you can find the battle hymn, the battle hymn of the Republic. Y'all don't. My eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. That's called the battle hymn of the Republic. It's played mainly every 4th of July. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He has loosed the faithful lightning of his terrible swift sword. His truth is marching on. What are you saying? If you're doing anything, you're condemning yourself. You have not seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. You're lying to your people. You're lying to your children. You haven't seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. You have not seen it. How do I know? Because you still live in hell. You still live in hell. You still suffer the hell of the black Christian church, man. Brother, sister. You see that? Nothing matches up. When David was talking about the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leadeth me in the place of righteousness for his name's sake. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing. And yea, though I walk through the valley of death, I will fear no evil. That, guess what? You know you got to get right because you got to be righteous. First Psalm said, another song, blessed is the man that what? Walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of the sinner, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. You know what the scornful is? Are y'all mean talking? God always say something mean, brothers and sisters, about the Hebrew. Yeah, that's scornful. Why are we gonna do that? It's just always a scorn, a scowl about something instead of come out of come and follow the orders. You see that? But you see the difference in we fall down, but we get up. David said, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord. The songs that Christians use to keep you attached to their holy days are demonic. They have no Bible in them whatsoever. No Bible truth whatsoever. You understand? You can go hours and try to come up with ways to make it fit the Bible, but what you cannot do is go to a scripture that directly associates to this. It somehow sounds biblical. You understand? It somehow sounds biblical. And that's why you love Christian music. That's how Christian music, right? Those melodies, watch this. Those melodies they play keep you locked in to American holidays, being of America. Be ye in America, but not of America. You see what I'm saying? Be ye in the world, but not of the world. For everybody that's of the world hateth the Most High God. No, I'm talking literally. Hates the Most High God. You think I'm joking? Watch your teenagers. You watch your teenagers before they come all the way over, right? They're going to watch your wives before they convert all the way over. And you can see the hate. What is the hate? They hate to give up the feel goods of yesterday given to them by sins of the oppressor. They hate to give up those feel goods. They really, really, really hate to give up those feel goods. You understand? Don't go out here and celebrate the 4th of July. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You got to have a celebration. Wait until the first week of August. Matter of fact, August 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And join with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commander General Yohana in Detroit for the Midwest Fire Weekend. For the Midwest Fire Weekend. That's August 1st through the 4th. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West, 125th Street. I'm Officer 1000 Bashar, sitting in for General Haas and Officer 5000 Kazak. And we are Let the Hebrew Speak. Shalom, Israel.